Hi everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. On today's video, you saw me working with the Mantis Blackbeard X earlier in the week talking about transitions and particularly working on transitions with my defensive carbine. Today, we're on the live fire range to validate results. Palm pepper spray has recently reformulated for even more effect when you bless the deserving with the hot sauce. Palm is what I use between a harsh word and a gun and encourage everyone to do likewise. Hey, many thanks to C2 Tactical for letting me have a beta day to do these kinds of things, okay? I get it, this is total YouTube celebrity privilege, and I really appreciate them letting me do this kind of stuff because they closed down a whole 5-lane bay for me and said, hey, go shoot, John. You'll hear some shooting over on the bay next door a little bit, but we're over here all by our lonesome. Yay! So thanks to them for that. So what do we have out here is we have a setup that is basically identical to what I have in my house. And what we've been working on with that Blackbeard X is we've been working on the box drill, and I have been just working on driving the gun and breaking the shot before I settle in and wiggle it down. So what we're really working on with that drill, if you go back and watch that video, is shooting the dot while it's moving and getting hit. So this drill, again, the box drill, is come up and get 2 shots in the 8-inch circle on the left, drive over 2 shots in the 8-inch circle on the right, drive up 1 shot on the head box, drive over left 1 shot on the head box. So it is a 6-round drill. And what we're really trying to do here is, yes, we're trying to get all 6 shots as quickly as we can. But really what I've been working on with that is kind of trying to really get to the place that I'm driving the gun up, so the gun comes up, and as it comes up, I see it and break the shot. And then as the dot settles again, I see it and break the shot. It's a 223. It shouldn't rise all that much. I should be able to pretty much hammer a pair because the 223 has great overpressure but not great recoil. Has much less overpressure when I have the suppressor on it, right? So I come up here, bang, bang, drive the gun over. Now, one of the things I'm trying to do here is show my eyes, then the dot, and not drive over and come back. So that's important to me, to go bang, bang, and then come here, bang, bang, and then up and get a shot, and a more precision shot. That's a 3x5 card in the head box, and then drive over and do the same thing with the others. Now, what you saw what we were doing when we were getting good results in dry fire is I was getting about a .8, first shot, .7, something like that on the up, and then getting about a 1/4 second split. I'm not the world's fastest on the trigger for sure. I know guys that are in the low teens on their carbine, and I get it, and they're faster than me, and that's cool. Okay, I'm working on it. So then my drive over here, I can see anywhere from like as low as a 4.5 to as much as about a 6 on that transition. And again, that second one, I'm tending to get a little faster and be somewhere around .2 or in the high teens. Driving up on dry fire, I am seeing somewhere again around a .5 to go up and then around a .6 to go back. Now, what we tend to see in live fire, if we're doing our dry fire correctly, is on a 223, it really shouldn't be that much different, okay? It should be relatively the same. There might be a little bit of difference, but this is why we do this stuff. We go practice in dry fire, and I love the BBX for this because it resets my trigger, gives me my shot breaks, shows me where the bullet would have gone. I love all that stuff, okay? So it shows me where my shots were, but we gotta always come and verify in live fire so that we see what the gun actually does under recoil with live ammo. And we're shooting our regular range ammo out here. We are shooting MagTech 223, and I love this stuff, man. It runs super reliably and accurately and all that. Okay, let's make sure everything's good there. Push and then pull because I do not want to have a moose cock. Yep, that's good. Drop that. That's awesome. Okay, we want to verify. Yep, got a round in the chamber. Everything is good. We always practice our safe firearms handling here, right? So rule number 1, we always keep the muzzle pointed in the direction of least consequence when I let the gun go because I am slinging it. That's great. One of the things you'll notice, I actually need to adjust this. I've lost a little bit of weight, so it's hanging a little bit low for me. So we'll fix that another day. But then we're going to, in a low ready position, keep safety on. When we get the beep, safety comes off as we are ready to fire, okay? And so that's what we're gonna do there. 2, 2, 1, 1. Let's see what we do. We're running our range tech here, so let me get the go signal there. One of the things I love about the range tech is that I can run it off this and it's gonna show me on my tablet so I can split them. I don't have to have the tablet right next to me, which is kind of cool. All right. 1, 2, I'm just gonna kind of get a view for this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, very good. We got that ready. Here we go. Stand by. Okay, so all of our hits are in the acceptable target. I need to set my sensitivity a little higher because I'm running suppressed. My timer didn't catch it. That was actually good shots though. If you go down here, I'll show you those. So actually, funny part here, I got 2 great hits here. My 2 hits, 1, 2 here, hit right on the edge. I call line breaks hits, so we're good on that. So that one was clean, life is good. Unexpected results. And actually, here's the fun part. With that process, I actually feel pretty good about those shots because they went where I wanted, and my process was good. So let's just do that again and see what our time ends up being. All right, here we go. Come here. All right, stand by. Okay, missed 1 shot, tiny bit high. So a skosh high on that one, but let's look at our results. Okay, so as we see here, our first shot here came up. I didn't actually catch the first one. Well, that's kind of interesting. And then, oh, now we're too sensitive. Gosh darn it, now we're just doing too much. So now we got to reset it again. Okay, well, what we found out is I need to work on timer sensitivity settings with a suppressor attached. I haven't messed with it much before, and I ain't gonna mess around with it today. So I've taken the can off the gun just so then that way we can kind of get some data here, okay? So I can see kind of what I'm doing. You guys have seen this from the other one. So this is part of me just inviting you as kind of my extended friends along for a ride. And I get it, there's, well, like 215,000 people now on Active Self-Protection Extra, but I consider you my friends, and I'm not trying to make like highly produced videos that are, you know, showcasing me being cool. I'm trying to train with you and encourage you to get out to the range and train and just spread good information. So sometimes this stuff happens. This is the reality of things. I love my Range Tech timer, but I haven't figured out how to use it correctly with this stuff yet. So we're gonna get some without the suppressor on, and it's fine because we have Ear Pro. All right, let's get this going. See if we can do this a little bit here. Drive the gun, see your sights. You saw me overdrive like heck on that first one, right? So that first transition, I just went, whee, boom, and I just double tapped it as hard as I could. Okay, so we have 6 shots here. It just saw a 7th for some reason, me tapping it or whatever, okay? So we're gonna stop. So our first one came off at 0.66 with a 0.13 transition, but that was too much. I drove high, and you guys saw that, right? I went too quick. And then a .83 over, which is a little bit just too slow, and a .28, then a .48 and a .67. So the .48 up was good, the .67 dropped it just a little bit low. Let's go mark our misses and we'll go do it again. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. Whoa! All right, so I just screwed that up to the high heavens. That was just a terrible outing. You saw that first one, I went now, whoop, and just dropped it crazy low. And then I just wasn't shooting well. Come on, let's try this like we mean it. Bad splits, bad outcomes. Okay, so those were good hits, and I made sure that I got hits on that particular one, so yay for me on that. And that was a 327 overall, which again, if you look, so it's got a ghost shot there because I need to work on the sensitivity settings. So we had a .61 there with a 2.6 split, then a 5.9 transition and a 4 split. Yeah, I wanted to really see my sight. Then a 5.6 and an 8.5. So I really saw them, but I was super deliberate in doing that. So I think I have enough for another one. Let's just try this and try to, again, be, let's try to be a professional here, Korea. Golly gosh sakes. On that one, and I had to kind of adjust over on the last one. So my first headshot was low, and I called that one. You could see it there in the target. Let's see, it's 3-2, and again, it's catching a ghost shot for some reason, maybe when I put the gun down. Okay, so a .5 on the first one, which is pretty good with a 1.9 split. I'm pretty happy with that. You saw it's at the top of the 8 ring. That's fine. It's an 8 ring is the acceptable target. .72, a little slow, with a .25 and then a 5.8 and then that because I missed, and that last one's a 9.6. So I'm a little slower right now in live fire than I was in dry fire, which I think does happen, and that is kind of part of what we do here, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so very nice. Let's try it one more time. Come on, John. See your dot, call your shot. way off on the last one. I overdrove it, and I just lost my patience, and I decided it's gotta go, and so it went a little bit low right, which you can see there. So 287 on that one, and again, it's catching a weird extra shot there. So let's look and see what we got. A 6.6 with a 1.8 split, a 4.9 with a 2.6 split, okay? A 4.9 and a 7.9, and that 7.9, again, I wasn't patient enough, and that's why it went low and right. So that was there on that. So, I mean, that's actually pretty clearly, you know, pretty similar to what I was shooting in dry fire. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. And listen, and this is just the reality. I'm not hitting quite as accurately in motion. But what I'm working on here is I'm working on shooting the gun while it's moving and not settling. And I'm working on getting quicker with that stuff. And sometimes when you're working on getting quicker with it, one of the things that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to put up with, you know, that 90% thing where I might miss. And I'm going to have to see that. And then I want to dial that back in. And sometimes in speed mode, you're going to miss. And that's just part of training. So get out and shoot this, guys. Show me how it's done, would you? Hope it helps you.